and I'm really bad at promoting. I'm always very concerned about the quality of the music and the content of the music, and that I have like a justification for every piece of sound that goes into a song. I'm more very much into that, and I'm very focused on that. That sometimes I just can't. I don't want to say bother because it's important. The other extra musical things is very
Yes.
important, but if I don't know when I'm done with the song or with the record, sometimes I feel like I'm done. If it goes viral or if it works or not, sometimes it's not up to me. And this what you were telling me about the Mariana song.
Yes.
That that's the perfect example of how I would have liked my music to go through, and and that's why we have went to China 5 times because of Mariana.
That's right.
So
Yes, you did tour in China.
yeah. So now that you're telling me that it's going viral in Douyin, I'm like, I don't even knew what Douyin was. I thought that TikTok was Chinese, and I didn't know that there was another type of TikTok in China besides TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. So Douyin, it is actually it came before TikTok, and so TikTok is
Oh,
kind of like I explain it this way: is TikTok is like Douyin's little sister, but they are two separate. So TikTok only works outside China, and Douyin
right.
only works inside China. But they are very similar. They look the same. It's the same kind of short videos, uh, but yes, they are separate. So if you have your music on TikTok or you make videos on TikTok, it's not on Douyin and vice versa. So
Oh, I see.
yes, it's they're both separate but the same thing. And yeah, so that's very interesting how your music. When did you make Marianne?
The song was written in 2003 and released 2006.
Yes.
When Yui came out, that was 2006. And I was aware of the phenomenon at probably 2010.
Hmm.
I got an email from a Chinese promoter who wanted Childs to do like a 10 day tour over there.
Okay.
And when I read that, I just thought it was a joke. I just thought it was like I don't know. It just came out of nowhere, and they just said that there was a big scene where Child was known, and they want us to take us there. So at first, yeah, the first email I just disregarded. Like,
Wow. So they really liked your music, and there was a following that they actually invited you to come for a tour.
yeah, but I don't know. I just thought it wasn't a serious deal. I
Hmm.
just thought maybe it was someone who liked the music, and yeah, maybe a promoter, but I but I didn't. I wasn't aware that there was enough people to fill venues, or I just thought just I don't know about this, but he kept insisting,
Yeah.
and then I just talked to him, and we just started negotiating, and all the negotiation, I was still not sure. Like, I wasn't like, is this for real? Like, is this happening? And when they actually paid the tickets to China,
Hmm.
and we were on the plane, I was still skeptic. I was like, what's gonna happen here?
It's so surreal.
It's yeah. This has never happened to me before, like this kind of attention, and but until we were in Beijing and we got out to perform, and I saw the venue spool. So I was like, wow, this is real. This
Yes.
is incredibly real. Like, it's not a joke. It's not a scam. It's not.
Yes. It's the real thing.
It,
So what was the
yeah.
venue like? What was it like?
It was maybe about 500 people venue.
Yeah.
It, and it was on the center of Beijing. Um, I can't remember what it was called because right now it changed the name. But yeah, I mean, I was just surprised to be in a venue where it was sold out, where tickets were paid for us to play.
What kind of place was it?
What do you mean? What kind of place?
I mean, was it a concert hall or like a nightclub or?
It was more like a nightclub.
Yeah, okay.
It was more like a nightclub. But it had a stage. It wasn't like it was a proper venue stage-wise. Yeah, but it seemed kind of like a nightclub, and the second date of that tour was in a place that also looked like a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
But then we went to Wuhan and Shanghai, and we played at really big venues, really big. They're called Mao. The Mao Live House.
Okay.
And those are really proper venues with the staff was really really smart with all the things. They had the iPads and there were it was futuristic for me at that moment. It was 2012. And I've never seen a sound engineer with an iPad and just doing everything. And oh, what do you want? More monitor on this and that. So that was cool. But yeah, the Wuhan and Shanghai venues were bigger venues, more proper venues. But I don't know. It was just. I'm trying to remember a lot of things from that first tour, and it's all.
Did you get a kind of feeling or atmosphere?
Overwhelming.
Yes, from your audience, your listeners. You've done tours or concerts in the West?
Yeah, in Mexico. Mostly in Mexico. Yeah, okay. In Mexico. That's where we have been playing around the country.
Yeah.
Mexico City, around Mexico City. Yeah, we've never been to Europe or another country.
Okay.
Besides Mexico, until we went to China. That was our first international experience.
And did you notice something? Was there something that stood out in how the listeners received you as a band and your music?
Oh yeah, they were quiet.
They were quiet, yeah.
When we were playing,
yeah,
they were quiet, and when we would stop, they would be very loud, and that was amazing because we're always joking about the people talking in concerts on the well, at least in Mexico, it's very common for you be playing and hearing people's conversation on the front row or on the back or whatever. So, and I don't know, I guess to me, I kind of got used to it, especially because the first album was instrumental. So if you hear instrumental music, it's just like background music to you, to some people.
Okay.
But it wasn't the case in China. When we start a song, everyone goes dead silent, like quiet, and they're very attentive and appreciative. They're very they're observing every one of us, the visuals, and especially when Mariana, when the first Mariana chords go into the set list, people go crazy. They just shout and they applaud and that's the song that, in general, everyone is waiting for.
Yes, yes. And then in China, everyone's just silent and they really want to absorb and be aware of the whole experience.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was a big surprise, a big, lovely surprise to be, to have this kind of attention.
Yes, that's amazing. Could you tell us a little bit more about the kind of music that you make or that Mariana is?
When I started the project, there were two main genres that I wanted to encapsulate, which was post rock and IDM. I just wanted to make a sort of IDM that was more organic than electronic,
Mm-hmm.
and have a lot of acoustic and analog instruments, sounds to do that juxtaposition, and that was the main goal at the beginning. And that's how it started. Uh, but then I just I've been into shoegaze for a while. Also, like the band before Charles was trying to be kind of shoegaze, but I wasn't trying to put that tag in it until other people started saying that to me, like, "Oh, this is very shoegaze," because there's a lot of instruments going on and a lot of things happening, and they're all like at the same level. Like,
You have a new project that you just released.
oh yeah, in sense of the shoegaze, I think I dial it down because it's just very I don't know. I just kind of grew tired of just putting everything to the max, and I started appreciating music in a different way as you do as you grow up. And this new album that we're gonna release this year, it's just dial it down a little bit on the wall of sound intensity,
Mm-hmm.
and became even a little bit more folky and acoustic. There's even a song that doesn't have electronic elements. It's just very four people playing without sequences, without sampling or stuff. And um, so yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
We just. But in general, I just started calling our genre electronic lullabies.
I like that.
And
Yeah.
that was my tag because at the beginning I didn't want it to be called this or that or and I saw
Mm-hmm.
this thing about making up a genre, so I was like, everything was related to dreaming. All the songs were written in a like um, in the dawn, like 2 o'clock in the morning, or when it was very silent. Um, so the whole project just came out of that process of going to sleep and waking up and just started continuing the music. So to me, it was like electronic lullabies, and that was it. That was what I considered the music. But yeah, that was just my tag that
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do.
The music you make was quite a niche type of music. How did you find? How did you fit in the mainstream music scene?
Well, we did at the beginning start to play at more um, electronic oriented festivals and gigs. They would we would play Mutec, which is a festival from Canada,
Oh, okay.
electronic avant-garde festival which has has been going on for I think 20 years or more than 20 years. Yeah, that was at the beginning, very very electronic
So
wise.
yeah, okay. And you found that this kind of got your foot in the door. That did it offer open up more opportunities for performance, um, and then you could play more music that you were like your electronic lullaby music that you could kind of stretch the ears of your listeners.
Yeah, I guess it just evolved very naturally.
Hmm.
I didn't like the idea of making soundtrack music
Hmm.
because when we were playing live, like I said, that would happen here, especially in Mexico. I mean, not on 100% of the gigs, but maybe 90% of the gigs, I could hear people talking,
Hmm.
and they would also invite us to like movie premieres parties, and we would be playing, and nobody would be paying attention because it was all instrumental,
Hmm.
and then yeah, naturally I just had things to say, so I just started singing. I've been singing since high school.
Okay.
I was in the choir when I was in junior high, and I played in the junior high orchestra.
Hmm.
I used to play the vibraphone,
Yep.
the vibraphone.
Yes.
I also in high school I studied classical guitar also.
Okay.
I was 2 years into classical guitar, and then I got injured. My hand was injured in a football and a soccer incident.
Oh no.
So I just stopped playing for like almost a year.
Hmm.
But my hand didn't got like 100% to the way it was. So I would just be very tired because I could no longer play more than 4 hours, and you know, in classical music, you just have to play, for hours and 7 hours a day, or at least, I get you know how tough it is. So I just resigned that dream that I had of being a classical music
Well.
player, and I just decided to continue being like a normal guitar player and
Hmm.
just be a producer.
Hmm.
By the second album, I had a lot of things to say, like a lot of things to say. So I just kept hearing like an arrangement, and I was like, what is that? In my head, I just kept hearing it,
Hmm.
and I just thought it was like a guitar or an Evo or a piano, and it was just words. It was just, it's just like something just told me this is the moment where you say something. This is like to make it more your music.
Hmm.
Just use your voice.
Like distribution services. You have your music on Bandcamp or um, on Spotify. Uh, do you have some preferred way of sharing your music to your audience?
Oh yeah, right. Like you said, through streaming services, Bandcamp. We haven't done a live streaming thing for the audiences
Hmm.
because we're just waiting for to go and actually tour and play the songs live. We don't have an idea right now to do like a live from our studio kind of thing, and then just
Okay.
like not at this moment. We do want to do it, but um, and through Weibo also. Weibo,
That's right.
the
Yes.
Chinese,
Yeah. So you
the
have
Chinese.
also some presence on the Chinese social media. You have Weibo and Douban. Um,
Yeah.
uh, so, do you know Chinese?
Uh, well, Mumu Haha, like Mama Hoo, I think it is.
A little bit. I don't know any Chinese myself.
Yeah,
My
just
colleague, she does all the translations and the networking with China. So, but I noticed that your posts and descriptions, the comments, they're all in Chinese. So uh, that I was just curious since
oh,
you're
I just
in
use
China. Hmm.
I use the translate,
Oh,
you
okay.
know
Yep, that works.
so I can see what they're like, are asking me or telling me, and I just respond in English or sometimes in Spanish. I just do that,
Yeah.
and I know they also can just put translate,
Yes.
and they can hear what I say.
Yep.
But I know a little bit of Chinese, just very little to get by the basics.
Okay.
But yeah, I need to continue learning. I just need I need a Chinese person or a Chinese speaking person with me every day, or
Mm.
to do like a personal class, because if you don't practice,
Hmm.
you don't get any better. You
No.
just forget everything you learn. Like I learn a lot of things on the tours because every day we hear Chinese and every day we practice,
Hmm.
but then we just come home and we just forget a lot of things we learned.
Hmm. Anyway, Netease, you can uh, sign up in it. There's no restrictions as far as I know, but you can actually go to your music there, go to the track, and you can see the comments. So
Oh
they
yeah,
leave
yeah, yeah.
comments like on the song. So it's like Spotify, but you go to the song and you can see people who have listened to your music. They leave comments, and you can once you've signed in, you can also comment yourself. So that's
Yeah,
that's another place that you can get this
yeah,
interaction.
feedback.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool to see that there's a little chapter on going on in each song or
Yes, exactly.
in each album. It's really cool to see all of those comments because I just uh, I love to see like the comments, even if they're like not good ones. I just I like to see what people think and what they perceive about songs and
Hmm.
the stories they make about them and how Mariana has helped them or another song has helped them through sometimes and like a person that is now working on Sydney, the Royal House, this big venue in Sydney in Australia.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I think one of the biggest Sydney halls of I just forgot, but it's like a really big thing in Sydney,
Hmm.
and she just got a job there. It was her dream job, and she just mailed me and told me that without her listening to Childs in university in college,
Hmm.
like she wouldn't have been able to get through those times without Childs. So
Wow.
she just wanted to thank me
Hmm.
because of Childs she would continue and keep um, just keep going,
Hmm.
like the music of Childs just made her continue working throughout all of this time until she reached her dream, like her ultimate dream, which was to work at this big venue in Sydney.
That's very touching.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
all of those, even in the Corona beginning and the early beginning, there was someone contacted me on Weibo, and her sister was a nurse in one of the Wuhan hospitals, and that she was really uh, a really big fan of Childs, of Mariana, and that Mariana helped her also through that rough patch at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of the pandemic. And I just wrote back and told this person that if you can, when we go there, she would have like a free pass, and
Mm-hmm.
she would be on our guest list, and to tell her that we were very grateful for her work, and a lot of type of interactions have been happening throughout since 2011, 2012, that I've seen all of these comments on social media, uh, like Weibo or Netease or QQ or Douyin.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of this phenomenon that I didn't do anything to promote it besides making the music.
Okay.
The promoter, because the music just got there somehow,
Mm-hmm.
somehow got there, and they they were they were exchanging the song in forums, in chat forums,
Mm-hmm.
and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I didn't do nothing
Well, you
to
made the
get that.
music.
I made the music,
You made the
but
music, and
right,
there's your soul in the music. It's
right, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you're right. I did do something. I mean, I didn't do nothing extra musically, like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
No, I
promoting
understand. Mm.
promotion wise. I didn't do. I wasn't paying someone to promote me. I wasn't uh, exchanging favors with someone in order to get my music be famous there or be popular there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it just happened organically, like some things happened, and I was very pleased with that, because that's how you know it's genuine. Like the feedback is real. It's not like a MTV video that was played uh, throughout all day and people have to listen to it, and then it just goes into the popular psyche that they know
Mm-hmm.
this song, and this was because people liked it and shared it,
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
and that was really special to me. Like that was really touching.
Yeah. Like you say, it's organic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
There is something that you like to share to your audience in China or the rest of the world. Some words of wisdom from Childs.
You mean right now?
Yeah.
If I have, I just can't wait to go back to China and play.
Okay.
There are a lot of people on social media that they're asking if we're gonna go this year or this or that, or when are we gonna go, and we're all just waiting for the green light to
Yes.
for China to begin giving work visas
Yes. Yeah.
to to, to other people, to foreign people, and we just can't wait to go back and play for them. We have a very good new album, we think, and we this this encapsulates like a trilogy of ideas,
Mm-hmm.
because the first album was very child-wise, if I could use a word,
Mm-hmm.
term. The second album was kind of like a teenage angst kind of a thing, maybe perhaps. And this new album is called Charles with an X, like X
Okay.
Y L D S, and it's the concept of the grown-up child, like the new generation of adults,
Mm-hmm.
that we are not like adults before us, and we have different thinking. Um, and this new album is it's what it's all about, like the child finally growing up and being a new kind of adult for a new kind of future.
So the situation is getting better. China it's behind. It's still an emergent country, but the thing is it has so many. The population is just massive compared to any other single country. So
Yeah, that's what I was interested in. That I knew that before there wasn't any kind of system, and then they just started the system,
hmm.
and that it would keep getting better and better. So that's why I was into music info, because when I saw
Mm-hmm.
that there wasn't any before, and now there is, and how it could get better with time, and how big the actual market is.
Yeah.
That's why I signed up with music info to because I'm expecting it to get better and better.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Like your song Mariana, it's uh, 2006, right? So 15 years old, and it's kind of got a new life again. And
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, even with the pandemic, I'm sorry, even with the pandemic, someone made footage of Wuhan on the, I think like in the very first months of the pandemic in China, and made a video about the lonely streets, and he just put a drone in it, and yeah, made a very touching video about Jiazhou, about China, like you can do this, or like be strong. And this guy used Mariana as the soundtrack,
hmm,
and that video went viral on the first few months of the pandemic. So I got a lot of new Weibo um, ads, friend ads, because of that video. So it's been like, yes, sometimes someone puts the song and in one of their videos, and it just goes kind of viral with this
yes,
scene, and also like in Instagram, like this influencer, he did like a very touching and emotional video where he cut all of his hair off or something, and he put Mariana, and that video got viral, but it doesn't necessarily reflect on money wise. It just gets
mm,
very popular,
mm-hmm,
and a lot of people use it and stuff, but
mm-hmm,
um, they're not paying like, oh, I'm gonna use your song for this, and I'm gonna pay you, I don't know, like $1,000 or $2,000 for this. They just because it's on the library,
mm-hmm,
they just use it. That's like the new way of working with media, where influencers, they just use your song,
mm-hmm.
which they can, and but they don't pay you for using it, and that's how it is. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that
Mm.
that's okay. So, but it works. It has been working because throughout the years, um, like on the last tour, on our fifth tour, all of the venues were or sold out or 90% sold out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very different from the beginning. At the beginning, the Beijing one, the first show was sold out, but the other ones weren't. And the
Mm.
second tour, also it was good, but the third one was the fourth one we had like also
Mm-hmm.
more or less, but the last tour it was just very very good,
Okay.
very good for the promoter and for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that this helps. Everything that gets child popular and more popular, even if I don't receive money for those specific videos, work for me. Work for the people buying the physical records.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just keep selling. They have been selling since 2006, and I'm very grateful for that.
That's awesome.